On this third Sunday of Easter, our gospel reading from the Gospel according to Luke picks up in the aftermath of the story of the two disciples on the road to Emmaus. And while the disciples are talking about that experience, Jesus comes and stands in their midst, and he says, "Peace be with you." And then he invites them to look at his hands and his feet and to see that he is real, to touch him. And then he invites them to give him something to eat. He's trying to prove that he is not a ghost, that he is still truly a human being. And then he talks about how he is the fulfillment of the Torah. He is the fulfillment of the Old Testament. And then it says, and this is a key statement in the gospel reading, the gospel says, "Then he opened their minds to understand the scriptures." So we should ask, what exactly did Jesus open their minds to understand? I think there are at least three things that he opened their mind to understand, and all of them had to do with how to fulfill God's plan for the world. Jesus opened their minds to understand from the scriptures that all people everywhere are one, that distinctions like Samaritan or Gentile or prostitute or tax collector and all the other distinctions that we normally make and that were made by the people of Jesus' time are artificial distinctions. They're distinctions that we make, but that God does not make, because in God's eyes, every person is a son or daughter. And so every person is our brother or sister. Second, Jesus opened their minds to understand that we are all called to love every person on this earth. And why are we called to do that? We're called to do that because God does. If God loves every man, woman, and child on this earth, why should we do any less? And third, Jesus opened their minds to understand that we must be willing to pay the price for loving. And that price at times involves suffering. Jesus suffered for those he loved. We are called to do the same. And so let's hope that this gospel reading today helps to open our minds to understand the scriptures.